Meh. 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 Okay. That concludes the mic check. Hello. Do 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 do. Hope everyone's doing well. Just waiting for things to update. All of the, you know, going live and etc. etc. Do do. Hi Still. Hello Istri. Hello Les. Hello Sam. Hello Red. Oh, that reminds me I need to pop out the chat. Hello Knight. Where did it go? Where did the chat go? Ah, there it is. There we go. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, that's the chat setup. Anyway. So, some may be asking, why am I on Haze? I mean, she is involved in the chat, in the event I'm about to read, but why specifically? Well, Red's just asked me to listen to how she says the title. I think I've already listened to her voice before, but I honestly cannot remember. So, let me...
Arknights.
Oh.
Arknights.
Arknights. Arknights.
Arknights.
Okay, I'm glad you showed me this. Thank you. Okay. Arknights. Okay. It's over to the public affairs, wasn't it? Or was it the other one? No, it was the other one. This one here. This is how you read them, isn't it? Like, this is what I did with Vigillo before. I read it from here. I'm assuming this is actually how you're supposed to do it. Because there's nowhere else. Yeah? Okay. Just wanted to double check because I read it before with... Well, not this one. I read Vigillo this way before. And then I started to think, oh, what if there was actually something else that I was supposed to read and didn't because I read this instead? But anyway, that's fine. Yeah, let me just turn off my phone. Well, not turn it off, but turn off the notifications so it will be buzzing next to the microphone. Anyway, there we go. A hopeful story. I have my doubts. Okay, so let's see who we've got. We've got Gonglow, we've got Haze, we've got Skyfire, Granny. I have you, I don't know you. I think I have you. I might not actually. And then Gardened, Red, and Co. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I wonder if we can get through it in one day. Probably not. So I imagine it's probably still quite a long thing. Okay, so it goes right into it. There's no little window that pops up with an extra bit of context like it does in the stages. Nightfall. Nightfall. Sorry. Oh, I didn't even check Discord to make sure I'm actually... Okay, yeah, I am. That's fine. The rumble of the Originium boilers has yet to cease. Thick plumes of smog gush out of the towering chimneys. Wow, it really is, Bryn. The workmen take off their worn-out protective gear and hand it off to the next shift. Okay, Karma, you deserved your catnip. Yeah. The day is nearing its end here in Caladon. November. Okay, I was really about to say that. Okay. November 16th. 1097. 9:50 p.m. Yee! Round of applause, everyone. 9 in the evening is when the infected factory nearby changes shift. Many of the workmen choose to kill time by paying Miss Quercus? Quercus' shop a visit. There is not much the shop has to offer to its patrons. This should be short by Arknight standards, which isn't saying much fair. A crude fried thin cutlet, a bowl of tasteless potato soup, and a mug of fruit wine flavoured water. How exactly is something fruit wine flavoured? Okay, anyway. And yet, the shop has garnered a few regulars. Cheers. Cheers. Here's to Brander? I don't know. Hey, Sparky, another pint. Here you go, your fruit wine. So, what's going on? Why is everyone so cheery? I still don't know if it's Brand or Brander. I don't know where that name comes from, so I can't really say. I'm just going to keep saying Brand until I figure out. Mr. Brand just gave us all a bonus along with our payslips for the month. Oh, that's nice. They say it's a bonus, but it's just 100 pence. I suppose if it's a bonus and not a raise, then it's not really much. 100 pence is a pound, though, I think. Unless they're going by shillings and stuff. And considering they work us to the bone, that's the least they could owe us. You sure you should be here at this hour, though? Might get a beating from the missus. Jog on. I'm the king of the castle. She wouldn't dare. That just means she walks all over him. That's my experience when people always say that sort of stuff. It's like, yeah, are you though? Alright, here's to the king of the castle. Cheers. Hey Sparky, another pint. Mr. James, you really should watch your drink though. We wouldn't want to upset Mrs. James. Sparky, I heard from your boss you've got something stronger than this piss. Oh god. I mean, do you have the money for it? Get us some of that. Not happening. Oof. Remember what Mrs. Quirk has told you. Strong drink is bad for your condition. You need to take better care of yourself, Stone. Damn. Come on, what's the problem? This disease is a death sentence. Might as well get a taste of the hard stuff before we cark. That's a word I haven't heard in ages. Jeez. Don't say that. The doctors in the city told us oropathy progresses differently depending on the patient's physical condition. Line up, I'm just... Stone. Yeah? Take care of yourself and live life to the fullest. Stop saying that word all the time. Sorry? Vance is suddenly teleported back to primary school. Look at you, you got Sparky upset. I didn't mean to. I forgot how random some of the random operator names are. Huh. It looks like we've got quite a crowd here today. Good evening, Mr. Root. Oi, if it isn't Bitter Root. Come on, let's drink. Huh? Something to celebrate today. Bitter root. Caladon's infected community is home to many a peculiar man, and bitter root counts among them. I'm assuming this is like in her head, like internal monologue or something, just because it still animates her, despite not having her name on it. Mr. Root works for an organisation called Rhode Island. He's a professional hired by the Lords of the City Council. But the way Rhode Island treats the infected boggles the mind. Rhode Island will assist the Caladon City Council and provide medical assistance to all infected, said their public address. Why would anyone willingly help the infected? Especially when they're not even from here. How's work today, Bit? Tain't often you... I'm assuming you're saying it ain't often, but you wouldn't normally compress it that way. You would just say ain't often. Anyway, it ain't often you get the free time to come over for a drink. It's fine. We hired a few extra pair of hands. Things calmed down quite a bit, thanks to them. Yeah, I know, it's a bit of an unfortunate compression there. I don't know, maybe someone in localization got a little giggle out of it. Eh? Is it that good working for Rhode Island? Do they pay well? What of it? You interested? Ah, forget it I said anything. I can't even read. I'd just be making a fool of myself. At first, no one in the infected community trusted them. There were even rumours that they were here to take the late-stage infected away for experiments. But Rhode Island proved themselves with their actions. They really are here to help. Be it a regular oropathy infection checkup, acute oropathy attack treatment, or even just a normal workplace injury, you just walk into their clinic and they'll help you. Even right here, right now. There are those who have doubts about Rhode Island's true motives, but at the very least, all of the pub's regulars trust them. This sounds great. I wonder how it's all going to get fucked up. By the way, Jim, I saw your wife on my way here. What? What? You sure? Oh, bugger. You carry on with the drinks. I just remembered I've got a few errands to run. See you around. There goes our king of the castle. Yeah, off I go. We'll do this another time. Be on your way home. Be safe on your way home, Mr. James. Not James, Mr. James. That's because it's a surname. Unlike most of the people in the establishment, Mr. James is not infected. In Caladon, it isn't uncommon to find non-infected working in the infected community. Ever since the new Caladon Infected Act came into place, a lot of the unemployed poor have been risking themselves working in the infected factories. Ah, I see. It's nice and all that they're now letting people intermingle. I'm assuming that's the face of the act. But it's also just so that you can get more people working in the mines, isn't it? Or factories, I suppose, in this case. It's like, yay, equality! Now more people can do our underpaid labour. A great majority of them leave the infected community as soon as they get off work. They also avoid coming into direct contact with the infected during working hours. That's understandable. All of us infected have gotten used to the attitude, and no one blames the non-infected workmen for it. No, still, there are people like Mr. James. There goes my drinking buddy. I wonder if the missus doesn't like him hanging out at the pub, not because it's him going to a pub like the usual ball and chain stereotype, but it's More so because he's in the infected area and she wants him back as soon as possible, maybe. Come on, Bean. Stop spacing out over there. Have a few pints with me. I don't know what it is about him. Something seems off. Like his shape. I don't know, just kind of talk about what? Exploitation during industrial Britain? Come on, what are you talking about? Oh no, it's a mystery, that, isn't it? Quiet down, I'm reading the newspaper. Mr. Bean. Okay. What's the headlines? It's all been big news the last couple of days. The whole town's talking about it. Don't tell me you haven't heard. The new bill, is it? That's some big news indeed. What new bill? The one that's going to improve how us infected workers are treated. Do you ever do anything besides drink? This bill's going to be massive for all of us. I very much doubt this. Just in general. He looks like Winston Smith from 1984. If it's the person I'm thinking of, then yeah. Heh. And here I thought it was something that actually mattered. You're naive, you know. I gave up on that hokum long ago. Another word I haven't heard in ages. What? You don't want them to start treating us better? You think the Lords actually care about us infected? It's on your bike. Okay, I feel like they're just taking out the most random, like, colloquial terms ever. I guarantee you, this bill is bound to fail. It'll be unanimous, even. And then it'll be like nothing ever happened. They're doing this just for show, I tell you. Too bad, then. You're wrong. The bill didn't pass, but it didn't fail, either. Ah, yes. No, yeah, that totally proves him right. It doesn't. It was a tie. Yes, I'm sure that was pure coincidence. The final decision's going to have to wait till next time. I'm still not buying it. It won't pass. What does the paper say, though? What's in that bill, specifically? 1 second. Let's see. I remember some bits and pieces of it back when they announced it. Oh, take a look. It says here that infected workers cannot work more than 15 hours a day. That the factories have to give the infected the same kinds of Originium protective equipment as non-infected. Don't make me laugh. There's a snowball's chance that's true. What's the saying again? There's no pies in the sky. What would you Outlanders even know? Me, I'm born and bred Caledonian. I've seen how they do things my whole life. No one knows the nobles how I do. You're still counting on those stingy tossbots to do everything for you out of their pockets? Dream on. You want to at least hold out some hope. Keep a positive outlook on things. There's no need to be so negative. Who could have thought 10 years ago that they'd pass that new Caledonian Infected Act, right? Now that's apples to oranges. Not really. Us infected can work their factories, and the heads only have to pay us half the money. They get to pocket the other half. Of course they passed that bill. Oh, okay, yeah, I suppose there's that. That's true. Oftentimes they don't even pay us with cash, just wage tickets. Things take time. I think you could be more optimistic about this. To be completely fair, the way a lot of the worker rights and stuff happened in the UK was bit by bit kind of like this, so it's not entirely out of the question. Not that I think that it will actually happen. I'm assuming everything goes to shit very quickly soon. Keep in mind that Caladon, I was about to say Caledonia, that Caladon willingly accepts infected from all of the cities out there, and even offers work. You don't see that anywhere else in Victoria. Okay, that bit I did know about. I heard from some of the foremen these policies are, Colombian style? Uh-oh. If it's Colombian style, that means they're gonna have to be paying a hell of a lot of money. Are all the Colombian cities like this? No, not in the slightest. Well, it's complicated. There's a tiny bit of difference. Yeah, you seem to have free healthcare by the looks of it. Or at least covered by the state. Hello, Scarf. Whatever, time for a new topic. Any other news? Let's see. Terror in Caladon. Loud roars heard underground at night. Yes. The alligator sewers. And then, possible infected smuggling activity spotted in abandoned districts in Caladon outskirts. What's the point in infected smuggling if they're open to bringing people in? Anyway. And then there's also this. Public safety in jeopardy. Convicts and wanted criminals have infiltrated the infected community. Oh, there it is. I know where this is going now. I know where this is going now. I see it. I see you right there. There it is. Why are all the headlines like that? That's the Caladon Daily and their rubbish reporting for you. They love their terrorizing headlines. It's the Sun / Fox News. And they take care to add the word infected in there. Just talking about those hack journos makes me want to puke. It's true, but you should still be careful, Susie. Caladon hasn't been all that safe lately. Yeah, I wonder if it will start going to a point where people start saying, oh, all the infected are criminals. I wonder. I mean, you know, when you see those in the newspapers, it's almost like what they do in real life. I'll watch out, thanks. Also, Golden Glow's just adorable. Hello, Ringo. November 17th, 1097, 8:40 AM. Fin fillets, potatoes, green onions, I guess that's about it. Oh, and pepper too. I just have to deliver these to Mr. Kells, right? Yes, please. On my way. I don't like the fact there's no music. Hello, Code. That's normally a bad thing when there's no music. Nope. Oh, now I can hear the music, but it's sinister music. Oh, hey, what do you know? It really is Britain. Except more circa 2000s compared to... Anyway. Foreigners, go home. Out with the infected. This is our home. That's not a protester. I hate to break it to you guys, but if the protesters are holding weapons, they're no longer protesters, they're rioters. Out with the infected. It's the infected fault us porters lost all our jobs. Oh, jeez, okay. This really is. It's not uncommon to find people protesting the infected community here in Caladon. In France, this would still count as unarmed. I mean, to be fair, in France, a burning car is just a bonfire. It was exactly on the hour, Christmas. When the City Council passed the new Caledonian Infected Act 4 years ago, a large group of infected migrated to the city for work all at once. But hostility between non-infected and the infected didn't improve. Hey you! The infected there! Get over here! I'm just walking past. What's that you're holding here? It's just... What's that in your basket? Let me see. These are items I'm delivering to a customer. Shouldn't you all not be working the factories right now? What are you wandering around here for? It's part of my job to deliver things too. Who said you could talk back? Die. Ow. Spark. Arts. Bear with it, Susie. Don't fight back. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. What gives you infected the right to walk the streets in broad daylight anyway? Oh, the thing called the Caladonian Infected Act. The thing is, there should be more police here. When they passed this bill, unless they passed this bill specifically so that it would fail, they should have put more police in. That's typically how you do this. It's all your fault the air here has gotten so polluted. By the way, Hammer, do you know how shocked Naomi was when she realised Gonglow isn't infected? What, you're saying that you're saying that Naomi didn't know? I just assumed, I'm just assumed they would have been given all those details to begin with, before making the design and all that. Bunch of pests. Go back to the sewers where you belong. But you're the one who came to the infected community. Ha, there it is. What? What are you looking at me for? Looking for a fight? Oop. There he is. There's the boy. That's enough, mister. Let's not overdo it. And who are you? The tall, masked man helps the feline girl up and turns around to face the thug. There's no reason to lay hands on an unarmed lady now. It's not a very honourable thing to do, wouldn't you agree? What? She's just an infected. And what were you? Trying to be a hero? Well, if you want some, come and get it. Coward. Mr. Red. I'm afraid I don't have what it takes to offend you, kind sir. Though, before you continue, I should inform you that I have Originium crystals on my face, and your punch landed right on one. Oh. What? Oh, sir, this isn't good. Look, I'm bleeding out of my mouth, and your hand is injured. Yes. Not that I would normally be okay with people getting infected, but I think I can make an exception here. It might just get you infected too. What? But... Hurry, to the hospital, you can still make it. I don't think you can. Isn't it already in the blood at that point? Damn you, Ursus. You better watch your back. You'll regret this. Enough now, get to the hospital. I really hope it's infected. Thanks, Mr. Red. Are you okay? Maybe you can cut the hand? I mean, it's possible, but the way blood flow works, if you got crystals into your skin, sorry, I'm looking at my hand at the moment, that's why my head's looking all the way down. By the time you get to a hospital, it would have probably passed through quite quickly. Maybe, depending on how slow it is, how big the particulates are, it might take a while. Maybe you could survive if you lob your entire arm off. Or if the hospital is literally right across the road and you could maybe cut an arm off. But I think it would be too fast. I think it would get through your system pretty quickly. You can stop it from being... You can stop it from being too severe. Well, yeah, you can stop it from being too severe, but it would still be an infection though, won't it? You'll still have it. It just won't be that bad. But still, I kind of hope he'll be infected. That's pretty much the point. I suppose so, plus Originium is like viral too in a way. Technically no. It's weird. No wonder the world is falling apart. We keep hiring all the decent people. Don't worry about me. I'm used to taking a beating. I could ask you the same. Look at your face. It's all swollen. I'm okay. I'll put some ice on it when I get home. Just imagine that arsehole getting jumped in an alley later on at night by this guy. Maybe Mizuki will be there as well. Just, what did you say? What did you do? Blood runs at meter per second. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, you ain't kind of shit. I'm okay. I'll put some ice on it when I get home. There have been more anti-infected protests lately. You should avoid this area on your way back. Where are you headed? I'll go with you. Thanks, but don't you have work? I wouldn't want to be a bother. Don't worry yourself. I have errands in this area too. Mr. Red works at a nearby factory, and he visits the shop sometimes. He may be from Ursus, but he doesn't like to drink. Well, that's very uncharacteristically Ursa. He prefers to read a book in the shop all by himself. The other workers seem to really respect him. They call him the boss man. But, Mr. Red, is that man really going to catch horopathy? Of course not. Okay, here we go. You don't just get infected like that. I was only scaring him. Okay, now I'm confused, because that goes against the fundamentals I've learned. If you get scratched by Originium, you get it. So many times that's happened. Like, we've seen that happen to characters. Maybe it has to be a certain level of deepness, or maybe a certain type of crystal, or as in like a certain age point or something. Okay. You know what? Never mind. I won't think too much into it at this point in time. If the cut isn't that deep and the Originium is just the skin, not deep enough to reach the blood vessels, they should be fine. He was wearing a mask. Oh, that is true. It would still be sharp enough to cut, but as long as the Originium doesn't pierce the mask, it would just be scratch on your finger. It won't actually pass on anything. That might... Yeah, so there was no direct contact. It was... Okay, that makes more sense. Horopathy can spread through blood, but he only had some minor scrapes. It's pretty effective as a bluff, though. I see. Those bastards. What a lot of... yeah. What a lot of other scumbags. They're laying hands on a young lady. Have they no shame? Don't get yourself all worked up. I'm okay. So they ran off after they hit you? Did you see where they went? Oh. You know, I was talking before about how the police should be there. I guess here we are. They ran north, so my guess is they headed to the Boil. The Boil, eh? It won't be easy to find them then. In any case, I'll make a note. They've been fairly short-staffed at the guards lately. I wonder if that's deliberate as well. Does your face still hurt? Need me to massage it a bit? It's okay. Don't worry about me, Officer Granny. It's so weird saying Officer Granny because it sounds like I'm saying Granny as in, like, grandmother. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's like Granny or something. I don't know, but... I've always said Granny. It's true how Caladon hasn't been that safe lately, but I didn't expect you to get attacked, Susie. Officer Granny isn't with the local Caladon guards. She's a mounted police officer temporarily loaned to the local guards and assigned to the infected community. Was an errant Ursus lady? Yes, there was. When they went to the piece of Chernobyl that came to Lungman, there was a woman who was infected, but she was basically just sort of an annoyance. Not quite what Christmas was referring to. Sort of, though, but like, yeah, it was only really just sort of a bitter person. Of course, the Caladon guards aren't very interested in keeping the infected safe. This short-staffed business seems to be an excuse too. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Which makes Officer Granny one of the very few local law enforcement officers willing to help the infected. Though, just a few of them alone can't solve all the community's safety problems. No loss of property, and that's filed. This is all I can do for you right now. I'm off now. Come find me if there's any more trouble. Thank you, Officer Granny. The idiots better hope I don't find them first. What if you do find them? Beat the life out of them. Think, Stone. The moment you lay a finger, everyone around will start screaming and making a fuss. Then, the next morning, the front page of Caladon Daily will read "Infected batters innocent citizen. Security problems worse by the day." Well, and I remember that rotten boy and his loud mouth. A month ago, he was protesting the crowd in overalls, complaining how the factory he worked at was shut down because of the infected. 2 months ago, he protested with the hawkers and said the infected stole his merchandise. Ah, so he's a liar. So what is he today? I think he said he was a porter. I mean, either this was the most unluckiest motherfucker in the history of the entire globe, to the point that even the French can't hold a finger on him, or he's a lying arsehole. I'm of the impression that he's a lying arsehole, because we see this a lot. Actually, this is something that happens quite a bit in Britain. When you see a lot of the right-wing protests, you often see people who you realise, hang on, you were in the sun earlier. What in the world? Sounds like something the gangs of the Boyle would do. He was probably hired. Now, which laws did we offend again? Or he's paid to do it. Well, that's what I mean by lying arsehole. The infected community has always been a thorn in the side of certain people. As long as the councillors who support the new bill aren't in the majority, these things will keep happening. We'd better keep our eyes peeled. This prick. Though, forget Susie. He even tried to fight you, Bossman. And how dare he? Alright, enough. Your pint's getting lonely. Oh, what am I supposed to drink, knowing our little Sparky got harassed? You're just exaggerating. No, you got punched in the face. That's not an exaggeration. Like, sure, if it was a shove or something, fine, whatever. That's just a little altercation. But no, you were flat out socked in the face. That's not an exaggeration. That should be a death sentence for the guy. Anyway. Sparky, take this. Da-da-da-da. Huh? What is it? It's an ointment that helps reduce swelling. Anywhere it hurts, just rub some on there after you wash your face tonight. Huh? Now, how come you're not giving me some of that? This is from Yan. You know how expensive it is? Besides, look how rough you are. What do you need it for? Oh, if it's that expensive, I can't take it. No, do. Best not work a pub with a swollen face. Maybe it would murder him for sure. Imagine being the guy to hurt Golden Glow. Like, you've got Red, you've got Mizuki, you've got Tsunemi, and then you've got the entirety of the Arknights community. A good however many million, probably. This isn't exactly a pub, though. Thanks, Mr. Bean. In that case, your drinks are on the house tonight. No, he was very up in arms about it, yes. Oh god. If anyone still has the tweet or wherever it was said, then I definitely would like to see that, because I can imagine. He's already jellyfish food. Now that's what I'm talking about. Oh. Flashback. Exhausted woman, okay. Susie, are you sure you have to go? Yes, Mum. Staying here isn't going to do us any good. No, Susie, listen to me. I found another job this month. Don't worry about the medicine. We'll figure something out. Please don't. I can't be a burden on the family anymore. Not when my baby brother and sister still have school. And with my big brothers... And when my big brothers are all still healthy. I can't let my daughter go to another city alone. Don't worry about me. I've heard the infected working in Caladon get medicine as part of their pay. I'm sorry. It's all my fault, Susie. I'm so sorry. I'll take care of myself. Don't worry, Mum. What his name is View on GGX Red Ship. I think she's even played into it once or twice, right? Or at the very least reposted, like, art that played into it, I think. November 18th, 1097. I was about to say 1079, that's a bit... that'd be a bit far back. 9:20 AM. Every now and then, I dream of my family. In every sky. Sorry. I was born in... Boschendel? Boschendel? That's got to be somewhere we've taken from Lithania. A small town in the northern edge of Victoria. When I was little, back when my father was still alive, he would take our whole family out to picnics. When you're up on Mount Shea, gazing out into the distance, you can even see the vast Kazimierzian plains. Kazimierzian, whatever. I gave up a long time ago. It's been 5 years since the last time I went home, but my mother still sends me letters. My family's situation has taken a turn for the better since I left. It was difficult to pay all the expenses and infected needs, with just my mother and my brother's income. They're living a better life, and that's more than enough for me. Welcome. Ah. Look who's here. Huh? Hi, boss. Little Susie. Arknights Valhalla edition, basically. Let me give your ears a good rub. Boss, that tickles. Boss again? Come on, don't be such a stranger. Miss Quercus. Quercus. That's more like it. I hope I'm saying it right, because when I say that, I say it's either Quercus or Quercus. Quercus is a free spirit, and also the owner of the shop. Although most people here treat it like a pub, it's actually Quercus's arboretum. And lighting shop. First one. Okay, so Quercus. Yeah. Quercus. There we go, yeah. Many have asked why she would open such a shop in the infected community, and her answer has always been a very simple one. Why open a lighting shop? Because I want to. There we go, yeah. Sounds good enough. That said, Quercus actually spends very little time in Caladon. The shop seems only to be a hobby of hers. In other words, she really meant it when she said she wanted to. She mostly works as a messenger, spending her time bustling about in the wilderness. Most people call her the druid of Gododin. I always want to say Godane, which is something else. By the way, Quercus's arts are actually very unique. She plants all kinds of strange flora around the shop, and she brewed most of the alcohol we sell here herself. Oh, she really is a druid then. She even gave me my staff and arts units because they can apparently help me control my own originium arts. It is somewhat interesting that she can walk around with it, seeing as she was tempted to use it before. Unless she didn't actually have it on her and she was just going to use it even if it meant, you know, using her own crystals. Why did you come back this time? Do you need something? Oh? I'm not allowed to come see you without special reason? I have something to take care of. What, have you forgotten? It's almost the end of the year. Oh, right. This is a defining moment for me. I've been saving up money for a few years now. I want to buy this place. Oh. I want to have my own shop here in Caladon. No matter what I do, this will be the beginning of my independence. And Quercus often tells me that the shop's landlord has been thinking about renting to someone else, and that she doesn't have much time to take care of it. That seems weird. So you've saved up all this? That's amazing, Susie. But Quercus, are you sure it's okay? Isn't it a bit on the low side for a place like this? Also, if you're renting, if you couldn't save up for the deposit, if you're renting, you're going to have difficulty. Well, I suppose, you know, business, you get profit, so probably fine. How many times have you asked me that now? Do you not trust me? No, I mean, of course I trust you. I'll get you a meeting with the landlord sometime next week for you to work out the details. Here's a dependable one. Next week, huh? November 18th, 10:97, 9:56 PM. So 12 hours later, pretty much. Here's your tea, Miss Mountblin. Hey! There. Thanks. Um, Elfin Lade, Julie Mountblin, is one of our regulars. She's just Miss Mountblin to us. She's another of Rhode Island's experts. She's in charge of coming up with solutions to solve infected problems for the council. Just like Mr. Root, she got along with our other customers straight away. The Mount Blanc name is known far and wide in the country, so I still haven't grown completely used to seeing a lady from such a prestigious family having tea around the infected community. Judging by your look, I suppose the Lords did something to make you unhappy? Miss Mountbellan takes a sip of tea. Both her lips and the blood vessels on her forehead are twitching. Oof. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I spent 2 weeks preparing all the data, and they only read a single page of it. Just 1 page. How short-sighted can they be? The issues I raised are urgent to the point they need addressing right now. You can't tell me it doesn't worry them one bit. Oh, they don't worry about the fire until it started burning them. We didn't start fire. Sorry. If this drags on, it'll immolate them completely. Hasn't the reunion mayhem in Gododin taught them anything? Oh, I forgot reunion existed. Okay. The flames of reunion Gododin were stomped out 2 years ago. Why would it be a problem to these noble lords? Things aren't that simple, though. It's as though they don't even understand the crux of the matter. Reunion isn't just a band of thugs or bandits. There's a reason they started the uprising. Means noble beauty. Okay. I'm still going to say Elfin-Laid. Just because that's what I read when I first saw it. Oi, is it just me or did it get warmer in here all of a sudden? Calm down, Skyfire. Let's not use our arts here. Yeah, I think it did. Not again. Call it a little. Don't burn my store down. Never mind. Calm down, Miss Mumbleton. You're off work. Try to keep a happier face on, I think. Here, give these a try. What do you have here? Sweets? Like surprise Pikachu. That's right. Quirkus made these vanilla mints herself. Let them calm your rage. Vanilla mint? Not sure how I feel about that. I like chocolate mint, but I don't know. I feel like vanilla would get overpowered immediately by the mint. Thanks. I was on a holiday in Siesta just a few months ago, and now I'm starting to miss that place. Oh, tell me about it. I was literally just there. Vanilla mint sounds good, actually. I mean, it sounds like it'd be nice, but it would have to be very subtle mint, I think. Vanilla mint, that sounds like something you Brits would come up with. To be honest, we probably did. I mean, there are hard candies. I will say one thing. Britain is, or at least was, known for its hard candies. And especially, like, you know, hard caramels, hard, like, vanilla stuff. It wouldn't surprise me if we had something like that. It sounds like you've really had it, though. Really had it tough, rather. Miss Mountbellan. Loosen up some if you can. At least I have you lot to listen to me grumble here. You can't do that at Rhode Island? You think my case is bad? Everyone has it tough there. Kicking up a fuss at work would only hurt morale. Don't worry. We're all a bunch of idiots. By the time you finish the sentence, we've gone and forgotten what you said. So, what conclusion did the Lords arrive at? Well, halfway through the meeting, they started fixating on all those silly rumours. You mean like the sounds of the city underground and criminals have infiltrated the infected community? In the end, it's all the infected fault, eh? Right. It's all just baseless conspiracy theories. It's a mystery to me who's even been spreading them. Anyway, the meeting's devolved into a pointless shouting match after that. It sounds like a lot of the Lords support the infected community, though. We do solve a lot of their problems, after all. Some of the lords make a good bit of dough out over the last few years. Likelihood is they're just more amenable to it than most, considering they're directly profiting. Besides, the community doesn't only concern the infected anymore. There's plenty of non-infected working here now, right? That's true. I'm one of them here. Right here, rather. Right, that's a fair point. But talking about it all here and now won't change a thing. I still have other engagements tomorrow, so if you'll excuse me. Alright, who's the next customer to come into Valhalla then? Be careful out there. Now, setting that aside, why are you working in our community, James? It's strange for me to say, but isn't it a bit risky? On shift with the infected. Risky, eh? Tell you the truth, risks are, in the end, nothing more than an unknown. Putting food on the table, that's the immediate problem. If worse comes to worse, suppose I actually catch oropathy, my family is still going to live better than if I didn't have a job. I mean, to be fair, if the infected can still work, then he can still work despite getting infected. On the other hand, you could be non-infected, working in the factory of non-infected, and still lose your arm in a machine, and then you can't work at all. At least, not in most jobs. At this point in time, anyway. I'm assuming they don't have much in the way of disability laws and such. To be fair, I'm not expecting much from these nobles, considering they can't even realise that their entire capital city has been taken over, which at this point in time it would have. I think. 97, yeah. Or maybe not, it started in late 97 through 98, right? I've got two little mouths to feed. I can't just leave it to my wife to be the breadwinner. Besides, it's not like she makes much selling scarves. We wouldn't be able to get by. My mum's got asthma. It costs an arm and a leg to treat. My dad's got some serious bone disease too. He can't even get out of bed. I don't have a choice. If only I could find better work. How come it sounds like your life's more of a mess than mine? Wow. Some thoughts should stay in your head. Why are you so quiet today, Stone? Did something happen? How old did James say his kids are again? One's 8, the other's 12. Why? No reason. Just thinking. Come on, if you've got something on your mind, just say it. It's not like we're strangers. Did you run into some kind of trouble, Stone? Uh-oh. Trouble, huh? I got a letter from my wife. She said she'll pay me a visit with our daughter. Oh. A daughter? You have a daughter? I didn't know you were married. What? Isn't that strange to you? No, not like that, just an infected having a kid. Oh, don't you worry about that. I caught up with you afterwards. My wife and daughter are fine. Isn't that a good thing? Why the long face? Right, you got oropathy, and your wife didn't abandon you. Wish the missus cared about me like that. Well, I mean, it sounds like you two are still together. I maybe hold off on the ball and chain stuff. Look at me. How am I supposed to face them the way I am now? We could start by getting rid of that Walkman. What's wrong with the way you are? Right, why look down on yourself like that? It's true though, you're not exactly in good shape to see her. Okay. Why don't we get you a haircut? You could at least be a little better groomed. Alright, if a haircut Stone needs. Just a pair of scissors that comes, just comes out of, like, I like to imagine, I know we've got the scissors all there in her front, but I like to imagine that she doesn't have them there and they just appear out of random, like a magic trick, like they're just in her hand all of a sudden. Hold your beasties. You know how to cut hair, Sparky. Now, don't underestimate her. My girl Susie is a master hairdresser. Ta-da! Well, doesn't that look pretty good? Chat, help me out here. Did they change the hairstyle? Because I've completely forgotten what it looked like before, and I'm fairly certain nothing changed. They didn't, okay. Okay, good, I'm glad, because I was literally just about to say, I don't notice any difference, and then I realised if that is the case, if there was a difference, and I just said that out loud, that'd have been very insulting. I don't usually cut it so short. It feels all breezy. Hey, you're looking fresh. I think you can do a lot for yourself if you pay just a little more attention to your hairstone. Look at me though. My life's a disaster. Mood. How am I supposed to find time to care about my hair? Don't think like that. It's because life's so hard that you should find our own ways to live better. We should, rather. Right. No one's ever said the infected have to live in misery. Well, yeah, why would you go to a state like that? Go to, like, I don't know, Washington or something. Chin up. Your wife will be delighted to see you like this. Imagine she sees him, she's literally just like, what the fuck have you done to your hair? You look like a prat. Take it slow. You can come to my room later. You come to my... What did I miss? Okay. Okay, there we go. I should just read on. I've got some clean clothes I've been holding on to. Haven't worn them much. Give them a wash and see if they fit. You sure about that? No offense, Mr. Bean, but you've got the build of a twig. Man's over here, however, could compete with Mountain. Like... The guy's practically Doomfist. I feel as though whatever you wear is not going to fit. Are you sure about that? Well, what's to stand on ceremony? Just take them. Now come on, drink up. November 23rd. Oh, it's that music. That's not good music. 10:97. 10:35. Yeah, 10:35 a.m. Today's the day. I'm meeting the landlord. There's a fixed stack of cash in front of me. £6,500. And this amount of money was once unthinkable to me. I'm going to assume this isn't using the old money system of shillings and stuff, because if that's the case, that's a lot of money. That wouldn't be rent, that would be a deposit to actually buy. When I was little, one of my brothers broke an originium lamp we had. Mum gave him a really good spanking. That was the first time I saw her get that angry. She needed that lamp to patrol the mine shaft at night. The lamp was worth £150. It was almost her entire month's salary. See, now that sounds exactly what I was originally thinking. That's what got her so angry. She wants to buy it. Okay, it's just because they... At one point earlier on, they did specifically say rent as well. So... I might have just... Or is it that it was... Okay, no, I get it. I realise what it was now. I put two and two together. Quercus is renting it at the moment. Or the landlord is renting it to Quercus, rather. But she's kicking her out because she wants to sell the place. She, I don't know. No, she's not she. The landlord's a he, because he wants to sell the place. Okay, now I get it. That also then explains why he was kicking Quercus out to begin with, because I was thinking back then, that's a bit weird. Why would you get rid of her? Yeah. How many Originium lamps could £6,500 buy? Yes, this is dumb. Yes, I am going to do the maths. What was it? 150? 43. I assess the enormity of the heavy, foul-smelling pile of sacrifice before me. All the meals I've skipped over the years, all the hardships I've suffered through. £6,500. Why do I feel like someone's going to come in and swipe that money? These sheets of paper are like a bridge I laid myself, brick by brick. On the other side stands my dreams. Someone's going to come in and take it. Susie, get it together. We're just meeting with the landlord. He's just a landlord. From tomorrow onwards, you'll be the shop's owner. Your dream is coming true. You're almost there, Susie. Well, this is not going to happen. I look in the mirror and give my cheeks a good slap. How should I greet him? Nice to meet you, sir. I'm very glad to... No, smile's too stiff. My dream is about to come true, but I don't feel the least bit excited. On the contrary, I'm growing more and more afraid of seeing the man about to walk into the shop. The landlord, what kind of person is he? Is he infected or not? Will he really sell the shop to me? I mean, let's be frank, infected or not, if he's getting money, I don't think he would care if an infected buys it. You'd have to be really conservative in order to not get money just because someone's different. Like, I know people refuse businesses in America, but like, you know, $10 or whatever is vastly different to selling a property. He's selling it to me so cheap. Could it be a scam? Is he doing this because, like everyone else, he just wants to make fun of me? To humiliate me? Maybe Quercus isn't infected either. Maybe they're in on it together just to... what am I thinking? I smack my face hard. I'm using pain to suppress these shameful, despicable emotions. Don't be like this, Susie. This is hideous. I stare into the mirror. The only thing that can be heard inside the quiet shop is the clock ticking. It's like torture. Susie, are you there? Eh? What's your art? What's the matter with you? What are you so scared of? Did something happen? No, I'm okay. Good morning, Miss Quercus. She was about to end the woman. A doubtful glare. Look at those dark circles under your eyes. What's wrong? Did you not sleep well? I was a little nervous. Good morning, Miss Susie. Oh, Mr. Root. Sorry, I didn't see... Huh? What time is it? Oh, sorry, Mr. Root. We aren't open today. Did you need something? Are you the landlord? You haven't told her yet, Quercus? Oh, you're right, I haven't. Huh? I forgot to mention it, but he's the landlord who owns the shop. Eh? Mr. Root's the landlord? So, the previous owner signed contracts with Mr. Root? It's a long story. Anyway, Rhode Island actually owns this property. When did Rhode Island get into the property market? Anyway, it's a long story. Anyway, Rhode Island actually owns this property. Oh, I read that already. I've heard the details from Quercus, Miss Susie. You want to buy the store, is that right? Permit me to ask then, what kind of business do you want to run here? Would Gigi in a bathtub make sparkling water? Maybe, though I wouldn't recommend being in the swimming pool with her. Business? Oh, business. My father was a hairdresser. When I was little, he often said we shouldn't change our attitude towards life just because we're poor. Hairdressing may seem trivial, but if someone's putting in the effort to keep themselves groomed, then they must still carry the will to live. RI has several safe houses across the land. Well, okay, yeah, I know they own property. I meant as in the property market, like actually buying places and then selling them and stuff. Not as in having property. Obviously they have property, they're a company, they must have assets. That's what I thought. It would be nice to open a hair salon in the infected community. Hairdressing, huh? For the infected. That sounds very nice. It's a deal then. Someone will come to sort out the contract later. Eh? That's it? We've known each other for a long time, haven't we? You'll be fine, Susie. My own shop. It feels like I'm dreaming. Okay, chat. How long does she have this shop before before everything goes to shit then? Oh, that reminds me. Where will you go now, Miss Quercus? Are you going to leave the city? Oh, don't look at me like that. It's not like I won't ever come back. I'll stop by every now and then. I have lots of friends in town, you know. Oh, and one last thing. Susie, Quercus got you a little gift. A gift? Huh? Naomi was beaming in the scene. Also, did Naomi stream this? Because I think Naomi streams, if I remember correctly. I suppose it would make sense reading through it, or was it just like reaction on Twitter or something? Oh, okay, they did. Okay, nice. Come, Susie. Everyone's waiting for you. That was the saddest celebration tube thing ever. Congratulations. You did it, Susie. Officer Granny, why are you here? Alright, now Sparky's the owner. Make sure you keep the booze we like on the taps. Oh god. Can you imagine a hair salon where there's alcohol as well? Congratulations, Susie. Mr. Red, aren't you supposed to be working? I love how that's like the second or third time that's been said now. Oh, we took a day off. We weren't going to miss the moment you took over the shop. You know, now that I think about it, that is actually surprisingly progressive, the fact that they were actually able to take the day off. Considering the era that this is based on. That's right. I've been coming here every day for the last few years now. I probably know this place better than I know my own home. And you wonder why you're... Yep, there we go. I was literally about to say, and you wonder why your wife is always annoyed. Your wife could give you a good socking for that. Alrighty then, Miss Susie, our new owner. The shop is all yours. Aww. Oh, why are you tearing up? Don't cry. Yeah, no crying. Life's been hard for all of us lately. It's not often we get to celebrate, yeah? Cheer up. I don't think she's crying because she's upset, guys. The salon stone, not saloon. Anyway, it doesn't matter what you turn the place into. I'll be here. What's this? Tears of joy? Breaking up. Miss Quirkus, Okay now, no more tears. Breaking up, wouldn't it normally be breaking down? I don't know. My dream. Oh, this is going to be really sad, because I just know this isn't going to last. To the infected, dreams are distant and unattainable. My dream has always been to have my own shop, my own life. So I wouldn't have to be a burden on my family anymore. And now, my dream is about to come true. It's an unimaginable luxury for an infected. Does that make me lucky? That's fire, isn't it? No, that's a beat. Okay, maybe not then. November 24th, 1097. I've got the audio quite... No, that's rain. And something tapping in a rhythm. Yeah, November 24th, 1097. 6:35 a.m. Fuck. No karma, it's just rain. It just sounded like fire because you couldn't hear it properly because your headset was all too low. Motherfucker. Smoke. Not the best player in Rainbow Six. A thick layer of smoke spreads from a corner of the infected community, breaking the morning tranquility. Evacuate the nearby residents first. You there, quit dawdling about. No, nothing to see here. Over here, the fire's still going. Check again for casualties. This is the infected community. Look for any traces of originium, like damaged appliances. Don't let any activated dust spread. Bloody hell. Why is somebody setting fires around here? Why? Evacuate everyone first. Hey you, feline over there. What are you doing? Smoke. The smoke and scorched stench fill the air. The burning leather and timber crack apart in the lingering heat. Don't run in there. Are you daft? Hold her back. Why? The girl is unwilling to believe what she sees before her. She wants to close her eyes. This has to be a dream. This has to be a bad dream. Right. The moment she opens her eyes, she'll be free of this nightmare. Yes, when she opens her eyes, she'll be greeted by the same old ceiling. A new day awaits her. A new day with her own shop. But the shop before her is nothing but a pile of rubble engulfed in flames. Of the sign that once read Green Spark, nothing remains but a few burnt fragments. It matches the walls and ceilings, long since rendered ash. Before her eyes lies what was once her dreams, her hopes and her future. All of it now buried in the burning rubble. Can we kill whoever did this? Can we watch whoever did this get killed? I'd be fine watching that, actually. You know, maybe they could get rid of the blood sensor stuff that they do in China, just for one scene. I'd be, you know, just once, as a treat. Why? The will that once helped the feline girl through countless tribulations can support her small body no longer. She falls to her knees. The scorching ash burns her hands and legs. The broken fragments cut through her skin. In the ruins of despair, an infected lost everything. And so the blaze is extinguished. Yeah, I think death is an appropriate response. You know, when it comes to... What's it called? What's it called? Measured response? Oh, you know what it is. Like, when you do, like... Anywhere I wander. How much time? Has that been an hour and a half? Fucking Christ. Okay, this might actually be a multi-part stream. I thought, oh, it's only going to be the story, it won't be that long. And then I realise now, well, not realise, rather I remembered, it's not the stories that are quick, it's the stages that are quick. This is Arknights talking about, yeah, no, for some reason I tricked myself into thinking that because there are no playable stages, I would get through this a lot quicker. But for some reason I seem to not consider the fact that the playable stages take 5 seconds to beat. Come on, we'll love this event, I know it. I already want to kill people, I don't think I'm going to like it. I must say, very few examples of both real-world and fictional stories ever make me want to be violent. But Arknights does a really good job at making me want to be violent. Like, there are times where I fought things and then I have to stop and think, wow, I really just fought that. November 19th. Oh, it's gone back in time. Oh, that's right, because it starts looking at different people's perspectives, like in Vigilo. November 19th, 1097, 9:20 p.m. Ah, an alien has gone loose. This way. Up ahead. That was to the side. Well, to be fair, it would actually be very disconcerting if they suddenly made them actually walk towards the camera. That would actually be kind of... They're over there still. I think I can see her. Wait, didn't we just pass this road sign? We're back to where we were. I mean, we're running in circles. Nyalien. Nyalien. See? I knew it. There's something funny about that feline's art. Calm down. The infected community is up ahead. The thief's definitely hiding somewhere in there. Damned infected. I'll find them, even if I have to flip the place upside down. That's enough. Let's head back. Are you sure we should just let her go, Chief? What about the money and the merchandise? What is this, Attack of the Clones? They're all just... Forget it. If it didn't take that much, we'll all chip in a bit and foot the bill. That doesn't sound very convincing. If someone said that to me, I would want to chase the person even more. The boss made it very clear he didn't want any unnecessary trouble. Give him any more fuss and the sacking will be the last of your worries, the least of your worries. Let's go. God, that face. You'll have to be a little smarter than that to catch a cat. I always get bad flashbacks when I see this background, every time. I'm constantly reminded of the flashbacks with Sasha and Oh, it's smug felines. Well, they ain't called cat burglars for nothing. Minnie, you there? Miss Witch. Here you go. Your meal and medicine for today. Thanks. Don't eat too fast. You mustn't choke on your food. A slice of bread and enough rice to stifle her hunger for the day. When exactly did I start helping people? And why? I had enough trouble keeping myself alive. Ah, one of those types of characters I see. Also, I like the runes. Miss, you don't look too well. Really? Is it that obvious? When can I start using originium arts like you? Not today. Huh? But I want to be a witch too, like you. Maybe once you get a bit bigger, Kit. Is she a fox? Sharp pain. The sharp, prickling pain of this oropathy lesion hasn't stopped hurting for the past 3 months. Maybe it's time to leave this place. It wouldn't be nice if anyone got caught in the crystallization when it finally happens. No, when the time comes to wave goodbye to this world, it must be done elegantly and in perfect solitude. That's how a proper kitten and a caster from the Witch Forest is supposed to go. There's a place called the Witch Forest, that sounds epic. One pub, 2 pubs, red pubs, blue pubs. 7 kits, 8 kits, 9 kits. Oh, I suppose she could just be saying kit as short for kitten. Take a guess how many pubs and stray cats there are in this infected block. I know, because I counted. There are 8 pubs and 32 stray kittens. That's 4 kittens to each pub. And a fresh fin for each kitten. Have you ever counted how many cities you've visited? How many infected settlements you've seen? I have. 5 cities, 8 settlements, and 17 prison breaks. I've been to many cities, but Caladon is definitely one of the more interesting ones. Everyone's the same here. They're out to make a living when the sun goes up, and they're into the pub to drink when the sun goes down. When they close their eyes at night, they never worry about what the next day will bring. Foreshadowing! Infected, normals, what's the difference? Fucking normies. Maybe one day, with a loud kaboom, the whole of Caladon Bay will slip into the sea, and that'll be a wonderful end of everything. I mean, we're not that close to Iberia, I'm afraid. Also, I feel like there is a kaboom that does happen, unfortunately. Which is why, if I had to pick a place to die, this wouldn't be too bad a choice. A place where I can look down on the whole city, and my body's turning to stone, and then bang. Nothing left of me, no one any the wiser. But nonetheless, I'll have to pick a place that's farther away, lest the dust drifts its way down into the streets. The rocks in my body seem to have calmed down. Looks like it's not yet time, at least not today. I like how the fact that it has the name there means that she's actually saying this out loud, so she's monologuing. She's full-on soliloquying. Whereas Golden Glow was actually, thinking in her head. Until that day comes, I always have to think about where I'll find tomorrow's fun. Oh, I didn't even notice. The sun's already up. Good morning, Victoria. Good morning, Caladon. So, who's the lucky contestant who gets a visit from the kitty today? Yeah? Good morning, Jan. Oh, the 23rd was the fire, wasn't it? Or was it 24th? I can't remember. They're talking to the kittens like a proper crazy lady. November 23rd, 1097. 24th, okay, that's right. 10:14 p.m. Oh, that's only a couple of hours before it happened, so... Oh. I hope it wasn't her. Well, not as in, like, deliberately, but I hope it wasn't something that she had something to do with. Not a soul in these buildings here. Is it how close it is to the abandoned districts? Actually, no, it wouldn't be. Plausibilities. An old warehouse. Maybe there's something I can use. Isn't plausibilities the name of that thing in that one video game? I can't remember the name of it now. Oh no, that wasn't plausibility, that was past abilities. There we go. Would you kill her then? I don't know. If it was accidental or someone else did it while trying to chase her, I wouldn't blame her. I doubt she would have done it deliberately if it were her. Maybe that's something I can use. Let's take a peek. I don't know why I said it like that. Uh-oh. Food. There can't be food here, right? Maybe something I can make a Fiverr or so from. Whoa. That's a bit of dust. And it reeks of machine oil. Nothing quite adorable here. This face looks pretty, though. Don't touch nothing. Huh? I don't get it. All we're doing is kidnapping a few infected and an old man. Why get everybody all puffed up? Shut up. Do your job and get paid. Don't ask questions. Oh. This is the smuggling they're talking about, I'm guessing. Phew. Counted up the weapons yet? Oh no. Looking good. Probably overkill for a rickety old councillor. Okay. I'm guessing this is the protester arseholes and are now actually going to take it to the local council, local government. Weapons? Councillor? Boring. Keep your eyes open though. Those goons hide guns. I don't trust them. What about the explosives? I don't need to worry about the Originium bombs. We got guys to handle that for us, not our department. All we gotta do is ready the weapons and arts units. We're good to go in 3 hours. Then we just wait at the boil till they're done and pick up from there. Who's that? Okay, I'm going to assume not actually Syracusans. And they're just using... Oh, if it is, then that's wild. Like, what the fuck is Syracuse doing here, if that was the case? You hear that? Weird. I thought I locked the doors. I heard it loud and clear. Someone's in here. Someone? Where? No hiding in a room this small. Probably just some cat. Well, you're more accurate than you think. Yeah, that's it. Just a cat tempting fate in here. Let's see now. Which little kitten came poking her head into a place she shouldn't have? Oh, no, they know. No, that wasn't them being idiots, they know. Don't be so petty. Oh, it's like voice cracked just then. Don't be so petty. Can't a passing stray kit take shelter here for the night? Who are you? Oh, okay, I guess they don't know. I'm just gonna shut my whole mouth. And infected? Perfect timing there. I told you, I'm just a stray cat passing by. I wandered in here by chance alone. Won't you overlook this and give you this... if I give you this pretty vase? What you heard don't matter. I don't care if you really did stumble in by accident, but now we found you, you ain't getting out of here alive. It's curtains for you, kitten. Okay, no, this is definitely Mafia, the way they're talking. Haven't you heard? Bad luck befalls those who harm cats. Mist? So we're getting illusionary arts. How's she still... What's with this mist? Oh, what's the rush now? How about I give you a riddle to chew on? Why is a rock like a firework? You ain't going nowhere. I also don't like this place anymore after before. This shouldn't be far. This should be far enough. It's funny how 2 times, almost in a row, they used background art from things that have never quite left me. A noble's room. The smell always makes me lose my lunch. My shoulder. That angry lad's a fair decent shot. Oh, it actually hit. At least it didn't nick any bones. That's just a flesh wound. Grabs the arrow's shaft. Miss? Who might you be? Huh? Don't move. Shh, quiet. I don't want to kill you. I just need to hide here for a spell. You'd best work with me here. If you don't behave, this owl will... Calm down, miss. No need to be so tense. This is going to be the councillor, isn't it? This is going to be the noble that's in charge of the area, that they're going to try and kill. You look hurt. Do you need any assistance? Stay back. It really is like a stray cat. It's injured, but no matter how close you get, they're like... The black smoke manifested by her originium art spreads throughout the room. The old man takes a step backward and falls to the ground. Oh no. Oh no. Sir, are you alright? Nervous? Okay, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm writing my proposal. Do not disturb me until daybreak. Very good, sir. Miss, if my hunch is correct, you should be an infected. Don't be afraid, I won't hurt you. The elderly Savra... Calm down, Carmen, or Savra are the same. The elderly Savra noble suddenly grabs his chest and lets out a pained moan. What is it? I was just giving you a scare of my arts. Oh, well, there's a bother. No. Damn it. That's what I thought was going to happen when he fell over. Ah! They fooled me into a false sense of security by going, oh no, he's fine, he got up. Help! Man's down. Oh well, it's about time to go. And she's now made it worse for the infected. Something wrong, sir? I heard a girl. They called him Master Angst. His name is Master Angst. They're not even being remotely subtle in this story. Okay. Master Angst, what happened? What do we do now? Shouldn't we kick in the door to get her? You stupid or something? Don't you know who lives there? That's the count's... Okay. That's Councillor Angst's mansion. Councillor? That's like a lord. Here of all places? Why would a councillor live right by the infected? And ain't this house kind of small? Just shut your mouth. We'll figure out another way. There she is. Showing yourself, huh? Save us the trouble dragging you out. You two, you're a pain in my rear. Don't even think about it. Get her. She took a hit. She won't get that far. Watch her arts though. We don't know if they can kill, but they definitely mess with our senses. Ow, I hurt my head doing that facepalm. Let's see what she's capable of. Well, she's a caster. Isn't she a core caster? It's fogging up again. She's casting. Okay, no, these are definitely mobsters. This is weird. Like, this ain't British lingo. It's like full on, like, I should probably be using a Boston accent type writing. What the fuck are they doing in Victoria? Okay, I know it did happen, actually. It did happen. If anyone's watched Peaky Blinders, you know it did happen with the mafia coming into Britain, but it's still weird. She ducks in here, huh? Green... God... I'm not going to facepalm again, because it really did hurt last time. But fuck me, why? Why do I call it every time? Like, every time. It's getting too much now, I keep... Green Spark, some kind of pub? Oh, don't look like it. All these old buildings are pretty much the same. There's no way out but the way she came in. She's trapped. Slow down, no rush. Feline's got some fancy arts. Watch her smoke. Won't be easy to catch her alive. Or take her down either. And we haven't got so much time to deal with her. Bruh. I mean, this is a bit high-key, don't you think? Dumb and Dumber over here. Yeah, let's bomb a building. That certainly won't draw attention. Anyway. Still got those incendiaries. What did you do? What did you guys do? Learn from the IRA or something? Would have burned the place down? The buildings around here are packed pretty tight. You sure about that? Hurry up already. Nobody cares about the infected. Even if it makes a scene, that's just a distraction for us. So who do we kill now? These two? Absolutely, definitely. You think too much. Just get to it. These two and their entire shtick. Hell, if they are from Syracuse, they'd go and track down the entire family. IRA doubling could work law-wise, actually. Yeah, they certainly could. Especially the IRA of the Troubles, seeing as Dublin didn't actually care about Terrans and were just using it for the sake of getting power. It certainly would be a lot like the more recent IRAs. Especially with the claiming to be Terran and probably not. We can't afford to make any mistakes here. We need to have done in, capiche? Okay, no, they're definitely Mafia. This is definitely actually Syracusan. This isn't reusing assets. These are Syracusans. We have an entire Mafia to burn down. Gotcha. I'm turning into John Wick. What the fuck am I on about? Okay. That'll do the trick. Now let's skedaddle. Damn diseased cat. Made me spend all night running around the city. I hear that when the infected die, they turn into ash and explode. Never seen it myself, though. Don't worry about that. Let's go. Please. Oh, okay. I was hoping Red was going to come in and X them, but never mind. You'll have to be smarter than that. To catch a cat. Listen up, you didn't drive me into this corner. It's only because of my condition. November 26th, 1097, 9:27 a.m. Sharp pain. Her lungs hurt, her stomach hurts, her liver hurts. Looks like normal painkillers don't do a thing anymore. Stricken with pain and disease, the feline girl looks up at the sky through the windows of the abandoned house. A heavy fog shrouds the entire city of Caladon, to the point that the sun's radiance can no longer be seen. That's not fog, that's smog. From the grey hills to Tehran, then Cathshire, and finally to Caladon. I kept running, wandering the world without aim. My friends all died one by one. And the further I got, the more I lost. So she's definitely using her own originium for magic then, I'm guessing. Going by what you're saying, Scarf. Also, that's interesting. So that's another person who loses their health in order to do stuff. Because I know, what's her face? Kazimaru does that as well. Even a dandelion caught in the wind ends up settling somewhere. Miss Kitty's all too tired out. Miss Witch, are you okay? Is that blood? It looks like this is the end. No, it ain't. You're a playable character. That's my copium. Minnie, I have something for you. Do you know how much these coins are worth? Yes. Take one to Grandma Winnie every day and ask her to give you something to eat. And here. The feline witch takes out a black hat and an exquisite ring. The witch's ceremony. Not that there has much meaning left to it anymore. I'm guessing she's the last of the witches, or whatever witch group that she was part of. I am Hayes, the 113th witch of the Witch Forest. May the grey hill sages of the past bear witness to it all. Witness the entrance of a new member to our ranks. Witness the birth of a new soul. Do you remember what you asked me before? Now, you're a witch. Really? So I can use arts now? Listen, you've always been able to use arts. You have a gift for it. But when you use them, you need to use this ring. Just like I taught you before. Without this ring, you aren't allowed to use originium arts, understand? Yes. Also, you're only allowed to use originium arts on bad people. You remember how to tell bad people, don't you? Yes. That's good. The feline witch stands up and struggles toward the exit. Miss Witch, are you leaving? Yes. It's time for me to go. Abandoned hospital. Wasn't this originally used in way back at the beginning, back in Chernobyl? Or am I thinking of something else? I might have been thinking of a different place. November 27th, 1097, 3:47 a.m. The abandoned district on the edge of Caladon. It's the quietest part of the city. Chapter 7. Oh, okay, so it wasn't actually the one I was thinking of. With Lightstone. Okay. W getting yeeted. Right. Okay. So I was thinking of Chernobyl, but I must have confused it for the clinic that they went to in the first couple of chapters. The abandoned district on... Okay, I read that bit. Ever since a natural disaster swept through Caladon a few years ago, this district has fallen into disrepair, was moved to the edge of the city. The crumbling buildings, the collapsed foundations, all of it bore witness to Caladon's history. It was the first scene too. Oh, it was. As in when we get the doctor out, when we wake up and that, do you mean? Gazing out from the top of the abandoned towers, there is but a vast, endless wasteland in the distance. If I had to pick a resting place, this might be one of the fun ones. Anyway. I knew this day would come. I can't really say it came sooner than expected, either. The feline witch sits against a wall in the corner and gently closes her eyes. The sharp pain of the oropathy lesion, not legion. The oropathy legion sounds like one hell of a villain group. The oropathy lesion is starting to fade, and her body feels heavier and heavier by the moment. Her memories flash quickly by, as though playing back before her eyes. All her witch friends, the gentle great witch Grant, and the night Victorian soldiers burned the witch forest by their cannon fire. Okay, I see. Interesting. Unfortunate then, that means we definitely did do the whole witch stuff. Why, though? Magic is a thing in this world. Okay. Maybe it's an infected thing. Maybe all the witches are infected and they didn't like that sort of thing. Yeah. The time she spent drifting in the wastelands and the cities, the days she had to steal to get by, and all the unfair treatment she has suffered. None of it matters anymore. It's all coming to an end. Yet suddenly, she hears someone sobbing. Nobles love cannons. Yeah, if I had a penny for every single time someone in Victoria decided to use cannons to commit a heinous crime against a group of people, I'd have 2 pennies now, which, granted, isn't a lot, but it's interesting this happened twice. Actually, no, it's free. Although, no, I'm not going to count the Sarkaz artillery. That doesn't count. Yes, it's Victorian cannons, but it's Sarkaz using them. But the Chapter 9 was the first. If I remember correctly, the Witch Forest was an organisation of infected casters. Okay, so it's probably more so the fact that they're infected casters than the fact that they're witches. I can't even have my last moments to myself, can I? Now I know this place gets visitors. Hayes follows the wailing to another part of the abandoned tower. In front of her, a feline girl stands next to a window, trembling. Golden? Yep. Yep, it was golden. Sorry. I'm sorry, Mum. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do anymore. Probably sad. I imagine she reacted very sadly. With a helpless, grief-stricken look, the feline girl totters at the edge of the building. Wait. I didn't fully take in what was happening until just that moment when I read that. That's very dangerous, you know. Who are you? Nobody important. But I do need to tell you a few things before you jump. After you do it, you won't be nearly as adorable as you are now. Honestly, I can't recommend it. Your friends will be awfully sad to see you in that state when they find you tomorrow. Friends... Quercus... The sobbing girl hesitates and steps back from the window. That's better now. What do I call you, little kitten? Susie. Susie Glitter. That's a pretty name. You can call me Hayes. Miss Hayes. Miss Hayes, what are you doing out here so late? I was about to ask you the same thing. This is my personal, secret hideout. How did you find it? Oh well, I can give a cute little kit like you a special permission to play about here. But not if you've come for a cordless bungee jump, however. Jesus Christ. I mean, accurate, but Jesus. Maybe was in shock. Was just shock in pure disbelief. Yeah, I mean, I would certainly understand. The irony given that she got her shop burned down, even though only indirectly, yeah. I still think we should burn the entirety of whichever mafia family they belong to. Oh dear, what are you crying for? No, It's okay. Cry all you want. No one will hear you. So no one needs to hold it in. Nobody's ever around here. Though there's no booze either. It would be nice if we had some though, wouldn't it? Ethanol, normally in one of the white drawers. Not white drawers, white cupboards at the back. Don't drink it outright. Heat it a little bit first. Or soak it in something. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying all this. What I do have for you is free time. Come, have a talk with me. Why are you about to do something so silly? I had this dream. I've had it for years. A years-long dream. That sounds lovely. I worked so hard towards it. Years upon years. I dedicated my whole life to it. A few days ago, it was gone in the blink of an eye. Somebody destroyed all of it. And I don't even know why. None of it's left. Nothing. How much time do us infected get, anyway? Someone destroyed it, you say? And so the first thing that came to mind was to destroy yourself too? I don't think she put two and two together there, I'm afraid. Seems awfully odd, doesn't it? Huh? Huh? What do you mean? Well, you said it yourself. Someone destroyed your beautiful dream, and your life's work. But what are you doing now? Aren't you trying to destroy the very last thing you have? Imagine creating a character, hype her up so much, she got released after 2 years of teasing. The second node of the story is about to end. Yeah. And considering how Naomi really does treat these characters like children, I imagine Naomi probably wasn't overly thrilled with the idea. No, that's not it. Show me your hand, let me see. Huh? What are you doing? No crystals. It looks like you aren't too far along. I don't have much idea myself. What are you bonking me for? Bonk. A silly kid with a muddled head. You need some sense knocked into you. Living for a dream. That's quite the luxury for an infected. Most of us are just trudging along aimlessly, from one day to the next. Please don't give me the whole starving in Africa spiel, please. We don't have much longer to live. Why tire yourself out with goals and ideals? But you chose to make your dream come true, and that's impressive. There aren't a lot of people like you out there. But you see, so long as you're alive, things will work out. You have more time than you think. Not like... I digress. It'd be a shame to give up just like that. But what can I do? I'm sure a cute little kitten like you has lots of friends. Why don't you go talk to them? You won't get anywhere mulling it over mulling over it by yourself. If you've lost something, find it. If someone stole something of yours, find a way to steal it back. Give up like this, and you won't have a single thing left, you know. The bad ones will laugh even harder. And that's no fair to yourself. It's the bad ones ruining your dreams who should be thrown off the tower, not you, don't you think? The young feline looks hesitantly at the window. Her face is shrouded in helplessness. Time drifts slowly by in the pitch black of this abandoned tower. She spends a brief moment pondering in silence, before finally letting out a long sigh and freeing an exhausted smile. It seems the weight on her shoulders is gone. You're right. Was that a pout? Now, if you still feel down in the dumps, just cry it all out. Nobody's around to judge you. No, it's okay. Thanks. That's more like it. The Great Witch says, as long as the sun rises tomorrow, there is still hope. As long as there is a... Huh? Miss Hayes, what's the matter? Yeah, hiccups. Be careful. Stay away from me. Miss Hayes, what's wrong? Go. Hurry. What's wrong? Why is your body so hot? Hang in there. Wake up. Somebody, please help. It's an abandoned place. Unless, of course, like, Red swoops in, like Batman he is. I mean, okay, it's Hayes, she's an operator, she's not going to die, but still, just the thought of bringing someone in from the abandoned area where it wouldn't have been a danger right into the... If this was a random NPC, I would immediately assume that she'll die, spread it around, and things will get worse for everyone. The fact that it's an operator is the only reason I'm not too concerned by this. And I'm fairly certain they haven't done a Himiko just yet. Miss Hayes, stay with me. We're almost to the city. I can barely carry you anymore. Sorry. I don't mean you're heavy, you're really very light, I just don't have much strength. The girl on her back grows weaker and weaker by the minute. This is the second time someone dying is being carried on someone's back. I'm gonna leave it at that. She can feel a vibrant life slowly fading away. No comment. A wet yet warm feeling gushes onto her back and gradually spreads all over. What is this? Is it blood? Dark red blood spills from the girl's mouth and nose, dripping onto the ground. Susie knows what this means. All infected do. No. No, no. Hayes, please, I'm begging you. Ever since she left home 5 years ago, she witnessed the passing of many infected. With each death she's seen, she has grown increasingly numb to them. This is the fate that awaits all infected. But for some reason, she finds herself unwilling to bear the pain of this life disappearing before her. Well, I suppose she was very important to her in that moment as well. Like, she did basically just turn her life around for a moment. Please, Miss Hayes, please, no. Hang on, we're almost there. She sets the girl down to ease her pain. She tightly grasps Hayes' hand and tries her best to wipe away the blood on her face. Hopeless though it may be, she tries her hardest to stall the coming of death. Yet death draws ever nearer. It all seems to come to such a meaningless head. Help! Help! Anyone, please! Help me! Help me! Her low cries pierce through the empty night sky, echoing throughout the entire throughout the empty abandoned streets. Just then, she hears someone walking slowly towards them. Batman? Susie, what are you doing here? I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I saw the loading screen just then, I forgot which loading screen it was, and I thought there was a stage. I literally got so confused for a moment. I thought there was a stage about to appear. I'm like, wait, no, that's not right. Okay. Okay, I think I've got enough to do one more and then leave it, so there'll be 2 streams worth then. That works. We will all go together. Wait, maybe Where I Wander, We Will All Go to Love, Lone Ranger, Something's Got to Give, Ring-a-Ding-Ding. Are these song titles? These are song titles, aren't they? Or lyrics, anyway. I'll have to look that up. We will all go together. Ring-a-Ding-Ding is definitely a song, though, isn't it? Frank Sinatra or something. November 23rd, 1097, 8:45 PM. Oh, Angie. I'm worn to the bone. Who do these people think they are? And where do all their funny ideas come from? What in the world goes on in their heads? Whose counsellors are nothing but idiots. Kazemaru? I'm sorry you have to sit there, noting everything they say. You must feel like a stack of broken records. Their God, what's wrong with my English at the moment? Their proposals aren't even for the sake of the infected. How much speaking between the lines can an institution with the final say on infected capacity do? Are they under the impression no one has a clue what they're up to? Whatever institution gets to call the shots, whatever standards they allot work by, once their shots are called, whatever work unit gets priority for taking on infected employees, of course I know what's going on. It's all a game of interests. They haven't discussed the reality for the infected, but they don't wrestle over the benefits over what benefits who either. So what is the sense in them prattling on and on in circles? Wow, they really are British politics. The councillors are all noble sorts. Whether or not they'd give infected reality any thought, they don't and won't argue about slicing the cake in open view. They haven't hashed out a single thing since the meeting started. Each of them has been saying infected on loop, but they've made zero progress. Everyone's denying everyone else's emotions, but nobody's even pulled out a single useful solution. What are they producing all these proposals for? Oh, hello, Kazemaru. Yeah, that's literally what I said. That's their form of contact-free war. Skyfire. Victorian city councils all go through this rigmarole before the allocation of interests they actually mean ever gets carried out. At least they went at Brexit, just sarcasms. The dumbest thing about Brexit is it would have been fine had both EU government and UK government actually pulled their fingers out of their asses. But instead, they were both idiots. UK government a little bit more so, because, like this, they didn't agree on anything. We would have had all of the deals. Like, we would have had a Norway type thing. It would have been fine, but they kept pushing back everything. And so we couldn't come up with any deal with the EU. It was pointless. Like this. Sorry, I'm now getting off topic, but I'm still angry over them. And then that councillor, Janeway, saying he's doing it to help the infected make more money, have more freedom of choice, live better quality of life. Oh, he makes himself sound so charitable. If we place no restrictions on infected work hours, then they'll be free to choose their own, and that's more money in their bank. Your imitation's startling. That smarmy hypocrite tone of his makes my stomach churn. He knows full well just how scant infected pay can be, and the bulk of it doesn't even land in their own pockets. And he still acts like he's been pouring his heart out for... Ugh. Okay, that makes sense. So, yes, they have more free hours, but most infected won't take the free hours because they still need the money. He did suggest a plan of action, reconstruct the infected neighborhood directly into a factory, so all the people have work, assigned living quarters, and can provide for themselves. It's a patch on most countries' policies. I can't even argue that. I mean, that's just the workhouses with extra steps. That's debtor's prison. They're all too arrogant here. Something else up? Like those lords opposed to any new policy for the infected. Saying they want all the foreign infected out, no matter how long they've been here. If they settle down, if they've already adapted to life here, all their proposals are just about driving these people out. And then what? You want those infected refugees running out their time in the wastelands? Have they thought for 1 second about where these people at the end of their rope are going to go? That's the council for you. Excuse me? That's the council for you. If anyone here was actually looking out for the infected, then they wouldn't call it the council anymore. They'd call it an infected aid association. The aim of both sides is very clear. They want to rule out the most infeasible plans in public first, then negotiate concessions with others so they can find equilibrium, and that's business as usual. But a lot of people have been counting on the White Wolf Count to declare where he stands. I've forgotten a name now. But, you know, Scamandros' father, I'm assuming. White Wolf. I think it caught everyone off that his vote was to abstain today. Yeah. White Wolf, Scamandros. Yep, there it is. Horn, thank you. My dumbass kept wanting to say Fawn. That's why I just couldn't say it out. He hasn't expressed any governmental viewpoint for a good half a year. And it's everyone's guess why. Anyone's guess whatever. This shouldn't be. This can't be. I was the most naive one in the whole room. I thought there'd be a few clear heads at the very least, even if they're out to keep Caladon running a status quo. At least they'd bring forth a few proposals that resembled reality. But they're just using the council as a place to game each other. What's driving them is how they alone can profit. Okay, now it's sounding more like the American Senate. Oh, you're repeating yourself, Miss Mumbleton. At least now you know they're all self-interested sorts when you go back in. The fact shouldn't shock you at this point. Hold on, I thought you didn't drink. If they think this is fine, then it's all going to blow up sooner or later. One day, sooner or later, mark my words, constant oppression, constant exploitation. How long can this hold up for? Do they really not understand? Nobody wants to live like this. Yeah, same thing. Well, I guess we're going to be seeing Reunion very soon. Even if they only have the faintest glimmer of hope, they want to survive. They'll break their backs to survive. I know that full well. Miss Mountberlin, I think you lost a thread somewhere along the way. No one's born evil. No one's born stripping other people of their lives of fun. From the very beginning, they were all just infected endeavouring to survive. And I'm just a friend endeavouring to stop you drinking anymore. I like to think that she's absolutely blasted. Reunion 2 Electric Boogaloo. Make a new reunion with blackjack and hookers. These ladies sound like they want to start Workers' Revolution. It actually does sound a bit like Workers' Revolution / Suffragette. Lady Skyfire, the Wendy's. The thing is, though, she has to be careful because what she's spouting is very much like Reunion. Like, if she's not careful, someone's going to think she is part of that. Also, I just realised there's a barcode there. Not barcode, sorry, a QR code. Does that QR code actually go to anything? Are they just meant to settle with being inferior? Tuck themselves away? Were those lords meant to be born as nobles? Meant to exploit them for their own interests? It's a house of idiots. If none of them ever think to rein it in, the infected are bound to revolt sooner or later. These ungrasped questions, everyone's lives will be destroyed. We can't let the reunion business happen again. QR code is just her illustrator's name. Ah, nice! No, we can't. And you can't take a single glass more. You've drunk plenty enough. Just leave it for a moment. Water? I'm not yet sure how this world is not stuck in permanent feudalism, considering that the optimal survival strategy is semi-nomadic existence. Well, I mean, it is a feudal society, isn't it? For the most part, most of the nations are anyway. Because the individual areas are directly run by whoever it is. Lords and elves in Victoria. You've got the... I forgot what they're called in Ursus. You've got the Graths and Grathans or whatever in Lithania. So the individual areas, or at least the cities or whatever, their domains, are not directly ran by one... Well, I mean, obviously they are. They all go to a king or a emperor or whatever, but for the most part they are sort of somewhat self-governed, much like the feudal era of lordship that we had in the medieval times. I don't know how it works in Colombia, though. I imagine it probably follows a similar vein to the states, where the states are semi-autonomous and then they have the Senate. So less feudal, but still in that vein of not entirely under a fully federal thing. That's just my general thing, though. I have actually looked into it before and I couldn't find much information on how these stuff works, so it's just my assumption, really. No, I'll still drinking that. Give me another. They won't listen to me. I'm the one in the right. I'm the one in the right. Sticking fast to your own views is exactly why Council Angst fetched you. A noble in isolate, with foresight and a clear mind. But those short-sighted Caladon Old Guard wouldn't comprehend him. They would never reform, unless their interests were damaged right before their eyes. Is that clear enough for you, Miss Too Much to Drink? I know I'll probably have to repeat myself once you sober up again. But who? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was like the drunk, not the crying thing. What are you crying for now? The glass stuck to my hand. No, it's not. No, it's not. I got it off you. I got it off you. It's not stuck. If they're all going to be so dead wrong and still think they're so right, then this world is done for. Oh, there she goes. Oh, she's out like a light. November 23rd, 10:97, 10:45 p.m. Are you up? You passed out just like that in the middle of a dinner party. Even if you had me with you, that was all too careless of you. I feel sick. You know, I've been getting more and more fond of you. Oh, whoa. You're a spoiled rich lady, but your goodwill towards the infected and the rest of the destitute ended up so genuine anyway. You know how big the problem in this city is, don't you? Do you want to change Caladon a little for the better? And you're well aware I'm just a recorder from the town archives at the moment. For some reason I saw recorder as if it was like newsagent or journalist. I don't know why, because that makes no sense. Of course it wouldn't. I want to climb my way up. I need the right person. How about you and I talk some back alley talk? You lead the four, and I'll be right there mucking with you. You know, Councillor Jones. Oh, you know Councillor Jones? Not... I don't know why I added that as if there was a comma. The one who signed a proposal in joint with Councillor Janeway. But in reality, part of the money they've built the factory with gets allocated by Caladon Council, as it happens. And, well, there's a giant question mark on if all that money is actually gone to the factory. Oh, someone's opened the books. Standard affair between Caladon's nobility, really. If you can think of a way to get to the bottom of this, then forcing them to compromise won't be a pipe dream. Ha! Oh, you don't want to go with this actor that we're putting through? Okay, let's open up the financial records here. Let's see how much money is going for. Can you explain this blank part on your record, sir? Fun fact, that is actually something that happens a lot in Spain. Well, not so much now because nowadays there's good workers' rights, but one thing you used to do if you were fired and they didn't give you any sort of money, any compensation or anything like that, before the laws changed so that you can get money, you get like a salary or whatever, a couple of months' salary based on how many years you've been working. Before that, you would threaten to take them to court and have them look through the books, the tax records, and instantly the company will settle and give you salary or whatever. That was pretty much how it was done in Spain for quite a while before labour laws were passed. Obviously, in this case, this is more of a political thing, but still, it's quite funny. You could do that. Just say, okay, we'll look at tax records then. Where's the money gone? And they'll immediately change their mind and say, actually, this act is a great idea. Wow. You really know a lot. Well, I've said my part. Now, have you heard any hearsay about... I nearly said heresy. We're not in Warhammer. Tell me a thing or two. Let's exchange information. I have. I'm going to make them realise how wrong they are. I'm the one in the right. Brilliant. You're still drunk. Fine background, good heart. Did I say background? Fine background, good heart. Understands a bit of politics, but has never gotten involved in any of the practice. Still a little naivety left. Her sort usually gets a nasty shock from how ruthless reality is. She's definitely heard about how it works on paper before, but this should be her first time witnessing any Victorian legislative assembly for herself. She reckons she knows it all, but she's got a long way to travel still. November 24th, 1097, 9:20 AM. Sad music, that's not good. Who is it? Ugh. You know I'm off today. Oh, Mr. Midley. Oh, I'm very sorry about that. Did you need anything? What? Counselor... No, Professor Angst. What's wrong with him? Sudden heart issues. Someone broke into his house last night. Is he alright? Is he at the hospital? Alright. If it's stable, then that's good. Okay, so he didn't die. You should have told me last night. Should I go to the hospital right now? Event? You want me to attend for you? Not a problem, I'll get ready now. I understand. Inquire after infected opinion. Make the government stance clear. Yes, I understand. This is going to be annoying, isn't it? What in the world? Petty thieves breaking into councillors' houses. Fine, I'm happy to go. I get to shed light on a few things I'm still curious about. Ugh, my head's still pounding from last night. How did I return last night? It feels like I said so much at the dinner party. What did I tell Kite about? Oh, it's not Kite, is it? She's Higashi, isn't it? So is it probably like Kito or something? I just realised I've been saying Kite, but I don't know if it actually is pronounced that way. What did she even tell me about? Well, first things first. In an open area in the infected community, a large crowd of infected are gathered. A blue-blooded member of the council waiting to chat with them. Now there's something new. With looks of both curiosity and doubt, they gaze at the tidily dressed girl before them. Oh, I remember you when you were someone's grandpa. Didn't they say that councillor man was coming today? Look, see what I told you. None of those old codgers, I nearly said cougars, none of those old codgers would come themselves. They hardly want to get up close with us. The fact remains, they sent someone at all, though. What are they up to? Ahem. Not to worry, everyone. Say whatever you want to say. I'll pass on the issues you raised to Councillor Angst. You first. Why me? Why not you? Hey, you were the vocal one. We'll start with the man over there, then. Me? Yes. How long do you reckon you've been working here? Not more than half a year. I can't remember now. So, whereabouts did you come from? Kazmiej. Ursus? Compared to before, how do you feel life is now? Is your daily workload too much? Okay. I don't have to risk my life down in underground arenas, at least. Yeah, I can get by and scrape up a living. It's okay. They said being at this event would still count as work, and we'd still get paid. Is that true? That I can assure you. After the event's over, we'll reimburse you, all. So, have you ever had your pay docked before? Or not come on time? You can tell me, it's alright. I wouldn't let your information slip. You're saying this outside in the open. I'll see how it is then. I'd like to ask you, your family... Oh, your family lives about, I don't know. Just right... Oh, lives. Just right in this neighbourhood. We're all in one bed, and they provide us bedding for the first day's wages. It's a bit thin, but we'll squeeze up in the winter, so it's not that cold. Several people in one household. I see. So are there any elderly here? You're literally looking right here. Elderly guy. A factory won't take them on. They can't take the physical labour. The ones who have kids might be let in to live, but it's hard to say. The ones without, maybe they'll be work fit for old people and they'll accept, but that's not easy either. Then can you tell me about your meals and pay here? Including if anyone's ever had their wages deducted. We eat straight in the factory, yet to eat a half-decent amount, at least. Better than working on an empty tank. And pay? Well, the thing about pay is, times are... The supervisor... He tells us the iridium on us rubs into the goods. And now the product's contaminated, and they can't sell it, so they won't pay us. Most people, honestly... They do one thing and say another. Hello, Merwind. It's always like that. And they said recently our factories had bad results, so they won't raise our wages. And they'll drag a whole lot out at once whenever they please, hire new ones after a bit. And they get paid even less. This is basically when the Berlin Wall fell and the Poles were coming over to the UK. Before labour laws in the UK. And companies would hire them for much lower wages and then fire them and hire new ones for even lower wages. It's also what started most of the immigrant racism stuff that you get in today's England. It pretty much started in the late 90s there. Obviously there was always anti-immigration stuff, but not to the extent that we see nowadays. That was when it came about. We've got no room for a say. The council won't even let us in. And no, not one of them listens. That much I've noted. Normally, now and then we'd head to a pub close by, kick our feet up once we were off work. But this morning, they had a fire break out. Bloody right. There's just been no end of it lately. A fire? The Green Spark pub? When did it happen? Just this morning? How? What about the girl running the place? Is she alright? That's we're not too sure of ourselves. The regulars there said they've been searching for her all this time. But they haven't the faintest where she's run to. It was the 27th of November when Hayes found Golden Glow in that place, right? Was she hiding in that abandoned building the entire time? Fucking hell. Another one? I now understand why Hayes didn't immediately think of the place that got blown up with her in it, because there was another one beforehand. Or before she met her, or rather. What's happening? What's going on? Ah, it's been a while since I've seen you. Left side, right side, by the plan. Grab them all. Go. Explosion? Is this a scent of Virginium explosives? Oh, this is a scent, rather. Let go of me. Let go of me. What the hell are you doing? Who the hell are you all? Keep it down. Stuff their mouths. Infected? Why? 4, 6, 8, 10. This is odd. Where did they all come from? Where are all the guards? Where are they taking the workers for? What is it they want? No, hold on. They're tying them up right in the streets, no hesitation. They were clearly ready for this. I need to see what this bunch intend on doing. Take that girl away as well. You behave. Let go of me, I can walk by myself. Hurry it up, move, into the van. Is that everyone? Go take them all to the factory. Got them all, boss. Shut the door. Go, go, go. Been a 20-minute journey, and they've taken turn after turns along the way. These people are on the watch out. These ties are practically insulting, using material as regular as this. I could burn these to nothing in a heartbeat. Do them, fuck them up. Now we're at the factory. It's barren. Where are all the facilities? Strange. Why are you taking us? Let us go. I've got a family waiting for me to send money back. For Pete's sake, let us go. Shush, settle down. Now stay here. I'm telling you, someone will have the police on you, kidnapping all these people in the street. The sooner you let us go, the gentler they may be on you when the time comes. You're pulling my leg. The police? You think that scares us? Now shut your yaps and behave, the lot of you. You're all infected too. What kind of business is this? You'll be done for in the end if you carry on like this. You can zip it. Ugh. We said be bloody behave, okay? That's actually a really difficult one to put bloody in the middle. Keep prattling and you're done for right now. I'm warning you lots, don't try anything funny with us. If I find a single one of you even thinking of any original arts, I'll carve your head in, understand? I hope Skyfire is able to bitch slap these all. Now be still. These people, honestly. This is the least creative villainy. I love how this entire time she has not been amused whatsoever. Like, I'm surprised she hasn't even been, like, scolding them yet for their lack of... Like, you think at this point should we start giving them hints or something? Or, like, you know, giving them tips? It's as if she's grading their paper. I won't let them off easily. Soon enough. But just what are they up to? What about that counsellor? Where is he? Weren't we nabbing the old man? Why have we got this little miss instead? Same difference. Oh, old boy, young girl. It's fine as long as we have them. You're a villain, alright, just not a super one. So they were coming after Councillor Angst. So what now? We're waiting for the signal from the rest. Let's get ready for now. Did anything end up there? Here. We only took half. And remember, when you head back, drop the last shop building by the old border part of the city. Do away with all the bomb stuff and chemicals. It's dangerous leaving it here. Don't let it bite us in the arse. Good idea to mess with an AoE caster, yeah. Liked her already anyway, but really liking her in this story would be great to get this animated. Honestly, it would be nice if they do eventually go back and do, like, OVA movies or whatever for some of these events. I know it probably wouldn't be as good because they would have to shorten things even more. But still. Or like, you know, like a couple-parter or something. Right. The safe house and all that. I almost forgot. And the stuff that the Danton brothers hid for getting out of the city. Make sure that's ready to go too. That's money, clothes, false IDs. And the essential weapons. Don't forget any of it. Okay, this is definitely a big operation. Wait, take it easy. They're all listening. What's the matter? They're dead before they'll get to talk. Plonk those explosives in place. Move it. You lot, watch these infected. We're off to work. Righto. That was very posh, righto. If they end up being like Spec Ops or whatever, I'm going to be annoyed. Are those all bombs? The factory's got no machines. It's just bombs after bombs. Where are they all moved here? Were they all moved here? If it's a factory, that's a lot of bombs if it's just filling up the place. It looks like I don't need to keep wasting more time. Luckily, I'm carrying a reserve arts unit, or else things would have been very tricky. She gives her rings a rub, the black gems surface emitting a flicker of bright light. Hey, what happened to your ropes? Shh, keep it down. No matter what you hear next, just stay put and don't come out. If you hear those men scream, just cheer, don't do anything else. A factory of no machines and a lot of bombs. We sure it's not a warehouse. Alright. Someone's running for it. How? Who tied the ropes? Oh, look at you, pretty little kitten. Thinking of scarpering on your own? I'm not going to read that, just because I immediately shivered at that. Ugh. Honestly, you people really thicken me. There we go. Burn the creep. Boom. I don't know why I heard... In my head, I heard the Call of Duty Zombies, the kaboom sound. The violent sound of the detonation rings through the entire factory. Along with the raging flames of Reginium art and fragments of interior walls, several hooligans fall to the ground and are knocked out. The Reginium crystals fall away from their bodies in the heat, dropping to the floor. She blew the oropathy out of them. Are these stuck on? No, wait. This is just glass painted black. Ah. Yeah, okay, false flag. Maybe it is Spec Ops. Fake infected? What the hell happened? You useless ball sacks. I told you to watch them. Some shit mess you've made. Who got you to do this? Why are you disguising as infected? No, let's be clear. You have no infected among you at all, do you? You bloody woman. Not half bad at this, are you? What's it matter if we do or don't? You're not getting out of here alive. So who's going to know the truth? Communicating with you lot is really wearing me out. What are you trying? Park yourself on back now. Eh? Else I'm done playing nice. It's clear they'll kill to silence, but they're still menacing to us into complying using their arms. There's no logic to it at all. Yeah, here's the thing. It's really difficult to threaten violence if you're just going to kill someone anyway. Like, if the moment someone thinks that they're going to die regardless of whether they do what you say or not, they're not going to do what you say. Because if you're going to die anyway, you might as well fight back. It's such a dumb thing whenever villains do this, where they constantly threaten, oh, you won't be living to see this anyway, and then they say, don't do this or we'll kill you. It's like, eh. Just try and threaten me with those weapons. Go on. How many people like you do you think I've dealt with before? The flames dance across the ground, drawing a brilliant show of firelight. Piled in a corner, the resin shells of the Reginium bombs melt apart in the blaze. Their crystalline electronic components lead bay. Did I say lead bay? Laid bare. They let out a boom. If nothing you do can make your situation worse, anything goes. Exactly. Like, here's the thing. If I think I'm going to die regardless of what I do, and someone then tries to threaten me with violence, I'm just gonna say, I bet, and then do whatever. The cores of the explosive emit blinding rays of light, then deactivate. Flashbang. The bombs got cooked. Why didn't they explode? What happened? Well, they still need a detonation. You can destroy explosives without blowing them up. That's kind of the whole purpose of blowing up nukes. Anyway, Are you thick? It's a Virginium Arts. She's a caster. Shit. We're in for it now. I'm giving you two choices. Or I'm giving you two choices, not you two, even though there were two of them. First, you surrender nicely. I've got a lot I intend to on asking you, still. I'm not recommending the other choice because, right now, I'm in a very bad mood. Piss off. What do you think we are? Chumps is what I think you are. Idiots. Morons. Nincompoops. Nimrods. A word that I can't say anymore because it's now a cancelable offence. Need I go on, or are there a few more words you want me to say? Come on, boys. Do her in. Do all these infected in. Bro, you don't even have any unique hearts. You can't win this. Like, yeah, it's like, you need to understand, you're the henchman. You don't matter. Excuse me, did you not see the original arts just now? How many people in Caladon can pull off arts like that caliber? Are you still going to resist? What the hell is running through those brains of yours? Yeah, and what's all the fuss? You're just a caster. I've seen a sight and a half. The places I've been. We've got casters too. Show me what she's made of. Go on. And I've had enough. Wait, no, we have to leg it. What, now? What now? Her. I just remembered, she's not a normal caster. You more. I love how they just called him Ugly Hooligan, Jesus. It's King's Wand. She's at Mount Berlin Families. What? Enough questions, run! A lively flame springs from the young lady's palm. Its licks surging upwards. The sound of metal cracking under the sheer heat bursts forth from before her. As if a gargantuan creature emerges from the blaze, awoken from its slumber. Fire monster. The flame's light laps past the shattered fluorescence, flowing over the pillars, the air wrapped and twisting in the heat's dance. Only the flames themselves sweeping about the debris on the factory floor shine brighter, fiercer, more brilliantly. The hooligans are wide-eyed and slack-jawed in terror, not daring to twitch a muscle. Amidst a sea of chaos, the flames' tongues play gently with the ends of the lady's hair, unable to harm her in the slightest. Okay, she is really cool now. I need to eat her. I've been meaning to use her more. I don't have much in the way of splashcasters, or I do, but I don't have many leveled up ones. Her and Leonhard are two like AoE caster people that I want to level up a bit. Kneel before the flame of heavens, or of the heavens, and all of it is thrown down. The resplendent red light filling their eyes, until soon enough they can see no more. The lady brings down her two arms held high. Chaincaster, yeah, that's right. No, wait, no, I thought it was AoE. Oh, maybe it was Chain. Okay. That was marvellous. You're incredible. Are the others alright? Is anyone hurt? We're fine. We're all fine. The caster turns around, intending to help up the infected. The problem with this thing and her using so much power is I keep having flashbacks to that one episode in Charlotte. I don't know if anyone has ever watched that anime, where they're in a factory, he's trying to help, and then his power collapses the whole thing and it hurts people. Linhart is AoE with true damage. Okay, I thought it was AoE. The caster turns around, intending to help up the infected, when from behind, a figure hidden away in the corner comes charging her. Shit, bloody caster. It's you or me. No, it's not. You could have ran. You fucking moron. I need to... These people are making me so desperate to say that one word that I haven't had the urge to say since I was a kid. Huh? Watch out! Ugh. That was an arrow. Who? No! Ah! I mean, yes, thank you for the help, but no! Ah! From a staircase beneath the ceiling, a nimble silhouette quickly flits through the opening overhead, disappearing from Skyfire's line of sight. Miss Castor, are you still fine? She's fine as hell. Sorry, that was weird for me to say. I'm alright. Help me with the others. First things first, we all get out of here. November 27th, 1097. 6:40 AM. Kidnapping infected. Blowing up the factory. Right. Though I still can't make sense of what in the world they were trying at. Odd indeed. What about those bandits you got? Did they say anything? Things were a bit of a mess there. I might have gotten slightly heavy-handed. Yes, I'm afraid Ash can't really say much. Never mind, I won't ask for the details. Yeah, that's very much a I don't want to know, I don't want to be implicated. Disguising as infected to bomb a factory. I do have a guess for what made them do this. Trying to capture those few runaways might pose some difficulty. It's not too realistic to hope the guards to look into an infected community case either. There's some other things that are puzzling me about this. I could swear I saw... Forget it, let's not mind this for now. Have any of you found Miss Susie yet? I'm sorry, but not yet. I've already sent people to search. Oh, this is the 27th. This is... Red's going to come in with Susie and Hayes. The guards say they saw her there when it caught on fire, but she quickly ran off in tears. I'll search too, if needs must. I'm a little worried for her. Mr. Root, open the door. Mr. Root! Oh, speak of the devil! Huh? Mr. Root, I'm begging you, save her. We've got an infected who's almost gone. Help us. Susie? Mr. Red? What happened? Again, I thought that was going to be a stage being played. Why has that happened? It's not even the right loading screen. I think it's just I'm so used to it that the moment I see a loading screen, regardless of how it looks, I just automatically think stage. That's weird. Okay, I think I'm going to call it here, though, because it is, like, yeah, 3 hours, and that's a perfect time to cut it off. Not only is it cliffhanger, but also free, and then free. So next stream will be the rest of this. Heck of a story. Oh, it really is, not going to lie. I mean, it's only fair. I played a nice, you know, bittersweet but pretty good, like good ending, pretty nice story in the summer event. So it's only fair that I go back into the depression very quickly. But yeah, honestly, this is a really good story so far. I'm quite liking it. I mean, I'm not liking what's happening, but I like the writing. Let's just say that. Yeah, so these next 3 I'll play next time. Not sure when yet. It might be Sunday if I don't stream tomorrow. Cat girls, right? So, well, this one in particular is certainly fiery, if pardon the pun. Yeah. So I wonder if Red came here alone and then Reunion followed, or if Red came with Reunion. It seems like it's been here for a while, at least, so it makes me wonder how long Reunion's been there. Maybe they came there after fleeing... What was it? Gododin? witnessing the would-be death of 2 operators so early is crazy. Yeah. But the only event to do so... That... True, I suppose. I think there's been a few close calls in some of the other events, though. The, in Near Light, when... 1 or 2 of the members of Pinus Sylvestris were attacked, it was very touch and go, if I remember correctly. So there's been a couple of times where it's been quite a close call. I will admit, a part of me tends not to worry too much when it's a playable character in these games. I mean, I know there are some games in which they do actually kill off playable characters. Again, Himiko is a pretty well-known one, but it's so rare. It's the only game I know of, so I will admit, when I see like Skyfire in danger or Haze, you know, getting very close to the end of her infection, I don't really get as worried as you normally see me when I get worried over the NPCs. Because the NPCs, it's anyone's guess, they probably will die, who knows. With the players, I just don't really feel it. Though I do feel like someday Arknights will pull it off. They will end up getting rid of a character. Well, not getting rid of a character, but you know, like having a canonical death and I'm just going to be there in shock, like unable to continue the stream. I don't want Apollo to gift me the gift of prophecy here, so I hope it doesn't happen, but I don't know. It's been years, they probably won't, but I feel like if any game is going to suddenly kill off a character that's playable, I feel like Hyperglyphs would most likely do it. They would be the ones to end up doing it, not Feline it. True, but this is unlike any in that it's of the op's own volition. Yeah, true. I mean, I suppose sometimes you have like operators who are willing to risk their life, you know, to help someone, something like that, and they'll do it even knowing that it will get them hurt. But besides Calcit in chapter 10 or 11? Chapter 11, there's only really one person who's gone out of their way to get themselves hurt. But I suppose that's also not counting, because then there's Susie and, well, yeah, Gonglo and Haze, where it was literally their own volition, not in the sense of doing something, but like, oh yes, actually, this is probably... That did actually surprise me. I did get really surprised when I read... When Haze... The moment Haze said... I didn't... When it said that she was near the window, it didn't register at all, until Haze said, you know, it's dangerous being by the window. I realised that she was being, like, you know, not actually saying, oh, it's dangerous by the window. It's more of like a, you know, hey, don't do that. And that, like, I had to pause. I was like, oh, she meant that. Oh. Like, it definitely did take me by shock, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, my little reading of it, though. Oh, geez. Praying and Yuji don't read this, or they would go doom guy. I can already hear the Doom OST in the background. But yeah, okay, so yeah, that was the first part of this this series. I'll continue the rest either Friday or Sunday, I'm not sure yet. You'll find out when I make the waiting room, as usual. But that's pretty much it for now. I'm really liking the story. I am liking the story. It's very well written. It does make me think of some of the things that have actually happened in history in my own countries, even. But yeah, it's certainly up there, not gonna lie. I am surprised, though, that it's just a story. It's not like no stages or anything like that, because there were several moments in every story where you could see a stage like appear. Like, you could see it would appear at this exact moment and then continue the rest afterwards. Like, it was the reason why it kept getting me so surprised every time it would end. Even though knowing that there is no playable stage, there's just that part of me that recognizes the patterns of, oh shit, it's hitting the fan. There should be a stage now. Huh. Technically it had a map, but it is light. Right. But yeah. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. Thanks guys so much for coming around. It's been Arknights Brain Rot. Yes, it absolutely that is the case. It's definitely been you're too far gone. I am all the way out into the void here. But yeah, it's been fun. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of it and seeing how it goes. It's probably going to get more depressing, not going to lie, but still. We know then this was the same. Right, I see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming around. I'm just going to drop the Discord link, hoping the bot works. There it is. Just for those who haven't joined yet, or if you're new to the channel. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It does help. Or like in general, it feeds the algorithm, and the algorithm is a hungry beast. It certainly likes it. Isn't depression Arknights' main export anyway? Oh, absolutely. Come, play Arknights. We have depression. Have you ever thought of doom scrolling, but as a game? Arknights. Or Arknights. Anyway. Yeah, that's it for now. I'm starting to waffle. Thank you guys so much for hanging around. I've said that like a millionth time now. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.